So here are a few things under £100, which I think everyone should have. First up, any videographer that's worth his soul is gonna have a ND filter. So an ND filter, if you don't know, it stands for neutral density filter. And this is basically sunglasses for your camera. Now there are two types of ND filter. That is an ND filter or a variable ND filter. So the variable ND filter is one I would suggest unless you have a pool of money where you can just keep spending on different stops. This one was pretty cheap. It's from K&F Concept. I've not really found any bad vignetting or anything with it. There's maybe a slight green tinge to it, but easily fixable in post. It was £58 from K&F Concept. Next thing on filters, CPL filter. Now, if you're a car videographer, a real estate videographer, or in the maritime industry, then a CPL filter will help you out big time, especially with cars, because let's face it, they're a big mirror. So reflections can be a pain in the... And what this basically does is, in layman's terms, gets rid of the reflections off part of your image. So you can turn this around here and it can make your blues in the water look more blue, or get rid of the reflections in the body of your car. Up to you. But yeah, these things are great. There are also really cheap versions of it online. Again, this is a K&F one I picked up for like 18 quid. So really cheap option. There are more expensive, and generally more expensive options are better in some areas, but cheap versions work as well. Next thing up is kind of a two-in-one. So this right here is a super clamp. I've only actually got one of these recently, and I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. You can basically clamp your camera to anything, be a door or a desk, a stand, whatever you want. Anyway, super cool, because if I'm in an area where I can't set up a tripod or anything to put my camera on, I can just put this on, and that leads me on to my next thing, which is the magic arm which comes with it. So I bought these together for, I think it was combined like £20. Can't remember what brand it is, nothing special, but it's really good, not having problems with it, really strong, and the ball joints seem to hold really well. You can get them individually. I think you can get these for like 8 quid and these for another 15 or something. So you can buy them individually, but there are a lot of places that sell them together. And my last thing is a camera cage. Now I don't leave the house without this on my FX30. This one is a tilter camera cage. It's slightly more expensive, and it's just over £100 I paid for it. But there is a small rig version of it, which is, I think, around £95, £98, which does exactly the same thing. I just went with tilted because the color matched my camera and it was cool. This one here comes with a cool few things. It comes with a top NATO rail for the top of the camera as well. And what I really like is this magnetic camera key for the bolts and stuff. So if you did want to take it off on set, you can. And the purpose of this is I can, one, mount my camera at multiple angles on different things, but more importantly, if it gets hit, dropped, bashed or anything, I know the camera body itself is going to be protected. So have you got any of these things? And if you don't, I'd recommend getting them in 2024.